girls, Kaylee here with another Snow White and the Huntsman tutorial. This one is for the Evil Queen. I got a lot of requests for this. All the pictures I could see online were these like braids piled around her head, and from what I could tell she even had them like in here, like it was just like a braid helmet. And I didn't think that was entirely wearable, so I tried to create something that was at least a little bit wearable. And I think this works. Like if I take the Evil Queen earrings out, like it kind of works with the t-shirt, I feel like. So hopefully some of you guys decide to try this out. I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea. I don't know if I should put these back on or keep holding them. Anyway, I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea, but I think maybe some of you guys would like it. And some of you guys I think were just curious as to like how in the world do you do this on your hair. So here's how I think you should do it, and I think that's it. I'll go ahead and roll the tutorial. Voila! Bye! Start off by separating the hair in front of your ears all the way around your head, kind of like you have a headband in. And all that hair forward basically. And then secure that hair out of the way, and that's adorable. And then we're going to split the back into quadrants. So go down the middle first and then go horizontally down there as well. So it's like a plus sign in the back almost. You've got 4 little sections that you're going to work with. So you split it once vertically and once horizontally, and then you just secure all those sections. And then we're going to make a Dutch braided headband with that front section. And if you don't know how to do that, I actually have a tutorial on it, which I'll link at the end of the video, so you can check that out if you're curious. What I did was I actually pulled it really far forward on my head, like as far as I could, because I have a large forehead, so pulling it all the way back was not going to look too flattering on me. So if you have a similar problem, you can go ahead and try that out. And then you're going to go ahead and move on to the back quadrant and keep braiding in the same direction that you braided for that front one. And basically the good thing about Dutch braiding is that it's going to form wherever you hold your hands. So basically you're going to see here as I go, I'm holding my hands where I want that braid to form, and then just kind of shaping that around the head. Now I'm taking this next section and I'm braiding in the opposite direction so that the braids overlap. And then once you finish Dutch braiding, I think this is obvious, but you go ahead and braid down the rest of the hair normally and secure it with a band. And I do have a tutorial on Dutch braiding as well that I'll link at the end of the video. And then for this front section, what I did was I braided down to where that little headband started, and then I curved it around the head. And I did that again by just maneuvering my hands to where I wanted the braid to form. Now if that sounds too difficult, you can just make these braids kind of going in one direction and not really worrying about curving it at all, but you know, just kind of play with it and let the hair talk to you and kind of see what works for you. And then once you finish that, you braid all the way down and secure it with a band. Then you're going to go ahead and move on to that last section. And for that last section, I braided from the back forward, and in retrospect, I wish I'd done from the front back, but either way works. Doing it from the back forward is going to get you more braids in the front, so if you want to have like that really piled up look, you can do that. And then if you want to have it going from the front back, you're just going to end up with more braids in the back, so that is all up to you. And then you braid it and you finish it off with a small band. Now I forgot a piece, and that is the most frustrating thing ever. What you can do to fix that is just to wrap it around 2 fingers, then take that little loop of hair, pick up one of the braids and pin it up underneath it. And then it's hidden and you don't have to re-braid, which is awesome because your arms will probably be hurting by this point. Alright, then you're going to go ahead and just wrap all the braids in the direction that we braided them. It's super simple, but I'll show you how I did all of it. So I'm wrapping this first one around and then just tucking it under a braid that's already there and pinning it in place. And then taking the next one and wrapping it in the same direction, tucking it under and pinning it in place. And I like to pin it once at the end and then once in the middle, and then any more as I see fit. So if it feels kind of baggy in one area or it's feeling a little loose, I'll go in and fix that. And then this is the last piece from the back that I'm just pulling around to the front. And I'm just maneuvering it to where I think it looks good and pinning it in place. And then we're going to work with the back. You're going to go ahead and take that one braid that we braided toward the right, left, and just keep wrapping it around. So like I said, this part at least is super simple. It's just getting those braids in that can be kind of tricky. And pinning. And then you're going to go ahead and get that last piece wrapped around. And for this one, I didn't want that little end sticking out right next to my ear, so I kind of wrapped it over the top of the braids and then pinned it underneath there. And I think it looked fine with the look because it's kind of overlapping and messy anyway, so it just kind of worked at the end of the day. So that's it. I hope you guys try this out or try an idea from this out and see how it works for you. Just be inspired to try new techniques even if you don't like this specific style. Here are more videos to check out. If you have any questions, make sure you check out those helpful tutorials on how to Dutch braid a headband in my braid encyclopedia. And then I have one more Snow White and the Huntsman hairstyle up to check out. That's it. I hope you guys like this, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!